Hello, good morning, happy Saturday. Welcome to the Saturday special edition of my Saints and Angels Oracle deck reading. It is October 5th, 2024, and it has been a definitely crazy kickoff to October for me. I don't know about everybody else, and sorry, my hair's a bit crazy. I probably should have put my hair up before I started this video, but whatever. I was so happy that my camera's working. I just got going. It's funny the way that it worked out last week, and my camera didn't work at all, and then yesterday it wasn't working, and now today it's like I was like so resolute on getting on, and I was like, if I can't get this camera to work on my laptop, I'm going to use my phone and just have to upload all day. And then I opened it and it was working, and I was just like, thank you. What a wonderful blessing again. To have it working here so that I can actually condense it and easily upload it to my regular channel on YouTube as well as Telegram, because I love to do these videos and I want to stick with them. I love to hear what the cards have to say, and it's just such a wonderful practice, I guess, and routine for me, So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you had wonderful weeks. I hope forgiveness has been as deep of a practice and working for you as it's been for me. I truly needed that extra time, and I needed that extra day too. More than I even knew it. It's amazing the things that, I was humbly saying to myself when the camera worked, like, and to myself and to God and my higher self, my angels, who, whatever, and all of it together, and, and nothing, and just me too, whatever the case is, like, I don't know. Okay, I get it. I really don't know what's best. Sorry, my shirt's kind of choking me. Let me fix this. And just to humbly admit that with a bit of humility, and just to be able to say, yeah, I need to go with the flow better. I don't always see clearly ahead of me, and I don't always know. My choice isn't what I want, isn't always the best thing. Sometimes I'm missing, that what's right under my nose. And to be reminded of that is, it's wonderful. And seeking to do this more, always. I don't want to get caught up in talking about my own sort of light and shadow work, but I've been talking on Telegram a little bit about that, so I'm sure if you're watching me here, then you already know. And YouTube, I'm always bringing up that too, so I'm sure I might do a video later on it, if my camera doesn't start fading down to pink. We'll see. But we're here for the readings, for a new theme from my tarot deck for the whole month of October, and then we'll have our first Saints and Angels weekly card to give us our direct working, our what we're going to do for this week here to come. What a transition it's been. The new moon was intense for me. Probably not sure about everyone else, but we all deal with these things a little differently because we ride different currents on the spectrum. Reason we have like different zodiac signs, right? Different archetypes, and there's different building of numerology happening here, where it's a discovery of manyness across multiple ascension sequential paths of growth. It's like organic discernment happening here. So yeah, thanks for joining, thanks for witnessing, and let's get ready. I just have a sip of my coffee. I've got a bit of, residual sort of adjustments to the change of weather, and so forgive me if I have to clear my throat during the meditation bit that we're going to do here. The quieting down and becoming a good audience. Oh, let me check this too, because God knows this will probably shut up. Oh no, we've got okay. So we're here for the cards, right? And on the 5th of October is such a wild day to gather. Lots of unexpected things I'm I know it will continue to be happening. So let's close our eyes and prepare to calm down for a few and to work to listen so that we can absorb these messages in the most beneficial ways to hold on to them through the chaotic moments. Okay, closing the eyes and breathing into your own present moment for a second. Feel yourself in your room, wherever you are, whatever you're sitting on. Maybe you're outside. Take a minute to take in your own distractions around you as well. Background sounds. Notice the quality of the air. Notice the quality of light as you close down your eyes. Gently relax your gaze down, releasing the need to see, releasing the desire to see anything out there right now. Shutting down for the moment. Putting that closed sign out, closing the gate down, or shutting that ticket booth curtain window down. However you'd like to see yourself going on a break. Let's do it now. Turn around and just walk away. See that great mind's boss walking, turning, away from the eyes and observing, away from the control decks and the buttons and the notifications. Seeing that door with the exit sign above it. Pushing the bar and being met with sunlight, beautiful blue sky on your favorite type of day. Seeing a staircase, walking down and down, spiraling the outside of this great building, bringing you down to a balcony. The balcony at your throat center, your beautiful center of truth, of openness, freedom, expansive, clear, wide open. Stand at that balcony and see out beautiful horizon. Your favorite landscape in your favorite place on the most beautiful day. Breathe in that sweet, delicious air. Feel it expanding in the lungs, creating more space within you. Flowing freely through you, just as the breeze flows freely through this open balcony, open, beautiful walkway, rooftop space, however it appears to you, a turret in a castle, or maybe it's the edge. Witnessing and breathing into that. fresh air, free space. Breathing out a sigh of relief, of contentment. Breathing in that same appreciation and contentment. Releasing out gratitude for this beautiful place in your imagination. You can come here any day, any time. Breathe life into it. Make it your own. Just as the breath coming into you becomes part of you, you make it your own. It's all the same. Let's take a few final moments to breathe life into this beautiful image. To feel the freedom riding into your throat, expanding your being just as it rides into this beautiful tower image we've created. The wind whips through the balcony space, through the pillars, through the towers and the walkways, the energetic tower that is you. Sending breath and breathing, breeze and fresh air through your rooms, bringing a cool breeze to your inner spaces. Breathing space and freedom into all of those cavities, caverns, the inner spaces and rooms within you. However the image is, resonate now, today. Let them be. Breathe life into them. Feel them as real as they are now. Feel the refreshment throughout the body that this breathwork, imagery, visualization, the alchemy, the transmutation taking place. It's real on all levels, mind, body, and spirit, whichever speaks loudest now to you. They're all still happening and working harmoniously together. And the breath is such a beautiful, constant, physical, tangible reminder of that great cycle. Work and promise, the commitment, the return, the remembering. As well as the honoring and offering out to other. Feel your connection to the cycle and space around you. Feel your breath, the otherness that comes in on it and travels out with it. Doing work out there in space, totally separate, totally other than you. Out in the ether, infinite intelligence knows what to do with those building blocks, those molecules, those little mechanisms seeking work to do function, called out to other places and spaces and other times. But they know it's time for them to move on. their truth, just as it's your truth to move on and keep moving, to follow your rising sun and your setting sun, to follow your true north, the true point within you, the voice, your inner voice, God's whisper, your angel spirit. To listen first is the most important practice. And now that we are in a space and place of quiet calmness, we are ready to be a gracious audience, to listen gratefully, openly, honestly, with no prior assumptions, leaving and disentangling from all these expectations, from any conceptions that we might be holding, to allow ourselves to speak freely and to be heard freely and to listen and to integrate and translate as honestly as we can. The positive alignment, seeking our highest good and that which is the highest good of all. For that which is the highest good of all will always be that which is the same as ours. For we are one. I thank you in your oneness. I thank you in your commitment, in your audience, in your receivership, in your offerings and service as well. You bring your hands together in prayer or at the heart center. Just feel them more purposefully as they sit in your lap. Give a moment of gratitude and thanks to yourself, to your beautiful body, mind, body, and spirit, all your layers, for your great purpose and part here. As you get ready to open your eyes, and I will ring my bowl one last time. Now we'll get ready to hear from tarot. I'll open up my deck and we'll have our wonderful working theme for our whole month of October. So excited to see what they will say. Ooh, as my stomach growls, and as we thank you, beautiful cards, divine, divination practice, all of those beings of higher frequency and density, God, Source, Mother Earth, spirits, angels, fairies, ascended masters, our higher selves. We ask through divine service and alignment with positivity if you could offer workings here for us as a collective and individually on this month of October. We would be so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I'm going to shuffle up a bit. It's a little sticky. Whoa, I'm going to knock. It's a little humid and my hands are a little sweaty. Oh, it did come up reversed. Okay, so we have another reversal. So work to be had at, right? We're going to be working through the Six of Cups. And what a wonderful, beautiful message. The image in itself is one of, diversity here. And I love the stacking in the building that it offers, because it's such a reflection of stability, right? And also it's a variety. See how it's such a diverse variety? None of the flowers are actually the same, and yet there's such a beautiful artistic symmetry that's happening, right? I really feel like the Six, especially of Cups, is one where we recognize the beauty of difference. Sorry, my camera's getting a little dark and light, dark and light. We understand and we recognize that it takes many different things to come together in order to start building and incorporating. Especially in relationships, especially in things that involve service to others and our emotional sort of energetic exchanges that come along with partnerships and different relationships, things and projects, dreams we build together with others. The cups really reflects those sort of social things with us and things about community, what we come together to build, what we come together about and for. Especially the intentional coming togethers of why we come together is very crucial. The reversal is showing us that perhaps we're coming together in an couple of incorrect ways, or there will be some different aspects that need some rearranging, a change of perspective, perhaps, to be able to upright and bring forth the right admiration and respect and appreciation that is needed within all parts of the group and of the six. 6 reflects perseverance. Remember, 6 comes right after 5, and 5 is all about shake-ups, breakups, fall apart moments. But the 6 is how we've made it through those, how we have learned to integrate those into something stronger after. And so when we remember and look at, right, as a great example of these flowers here, they're all different. They're all a different variety. They all play their own role, and yet there's a symmetry, there's a balance, there's a beauty, there's an artistic coming together that's displayed with the vases here, and also with the balance of the 3, the 2, and the 1, almost like a home, almost like reflecting divine building, right? Which has a lot to do with numerology and has a lot to do with how the 6 comes together after 5. In different ways, depending on what we're talking about, right? And when we have the flavor of I'm so sorry to keep playing with my camera. There we go. The flavor of the cups added in, it, remember, is about relationship building. So this theme is going to be all about building up community, relationships, working on them, and how, it doesn't, this is a reversal, so we need to remember that it doesn't always pan out the way that we want it to. And that's really the point, actually. It's not the point of it panning out the way we want it to and getting it right the first time. It's about when it doesn't get it right, what do we do? And how we work through and what we learn through those parts of it not working out. And then what comes out of that. That's the truth working at hand now. It's the lessons of the 6. We're getting closer to mastery. We're building up into 7 here. There needs to be a lot of different perspectives and different ways of looking at something coming together in order to really be able to create a balanced overall nice depiction of what the 6 of Cups really reflects, which of course is a many different types of basically, you can see it, and this is sort of an aspect with the relationship card, and it can get tied into this sort of divine masculine and feminine of the balancing that comes with those 2 different energies, right? And they have opposing views on some things, and they have balancing things. They have repulsion and pulling towards. Excuse me, my poor language right now, especially it's early in the morning for me. But there is so much different types of energetic exchanges that we kind of forget that are happening and that are available to cause influence and impact within us, right? It's like the being of electromagnetic plasma, and then having to understand that the toroidal vortex inside of it, there's a push-pull happening, right? There's a different, and within the push and pull that happens creates that 0 point, a portal 0 point of passing through and of creating the whole zing, the boundary of the isness of what that is, and creating a solidified separateness within the whole of creation, so that it's actually an energy center of its own. Bing. There's, but there has to be the differences in those things. So the Six of Cups has come through all of those things and has learned those separate, diverse points of these sort of things to where they can really work to incorporate a good perseverance and balance through, a good momentum flowing through. And the upright Six of Cups is a fly through, is like a community that everybody is positively in line and gets going, or relationship where both of you are really fueling off each other and like creating great positive feedback loops and momentum. And with the reversal, it's like we know we want to get there. We know that's how to, we know that's the thing that we need to get there, but there's some incorrect things being held or stagnated into, bad patterns rooted into, or sort of habitual things could even be, so that will focusing through the month on working through those things. I'm so sorry. Wonderful for harvest time as well. I'm in the northern hemisphere, of course, so I'm at like fall equinox, bringing together fruition of all communities, like of everything we've been building towards. I happen to live in like a more rural state, and there's a lot of farming towns, and the town right next to me is a huge farming town. We were there yesterday, and just to see how things can come together, and are necessary. There's so many different parts. Say in the metaphor of a vegetable garden, there's so many different vegetables to be grown, right? That come together to make a great dish or meal, or different offerings to have in your food pantry to be able to eat, right? We need a multifaceted diet, right? So keeping those sort of harmony points as the great marker of how we're moving through, and as we've been talking about, honesty and truthfulness, right? And keeping the sort of your highest good as your focal north point, right? What a month we're going to have. Now I'm so excited to see what our beautiful saints and angels are going to offer for us for this week, as a linchpin kind of working, as an exercise that we could perhaps dive into directly right now, or perhaps even if we know right away this is difficult work for us, if we could have an offering of a lifeboat or vest, or something for this week that we could use as a beacon of hope, or to reach out to in times of struggle. Thank you so much, saints and angels, for your offerings, for your ever-present audienceship and partnership in our great, wonderful journey here. We know and feel your presence. We appreciate your unique input as well, and we ask you if you could please, under this general scope for our whole month of Six of Cups, would you like to offer your own divine input for our week to come here, individually and collectively? We would appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I feel I'm so excited. Oh, I feel it. This is sometimes the thing. Ooh. Oh, yeah, steady progress. This is one we've had recently too, and I've been saying this to myself lately, steady progress, and to a lot of people. Steady progress, steady progress. Saint Therese, I love that. I love her, her messages, her story. and the overall theme, steady progress. I mean, I thought it was sort of recently that we had this, but it looks like, I mean, May 17th was the last, um, yeah, May 17th was the last time we've had steady progress. So, interesting. That's the, such a opposing time, right? Almost halfway. It's not quite halfway, but it's almost halfway. It's such a gradient and spectrum of time. So maybe perhaps give yourself a pat on the back, do some reviewing this work on what kind of small steady progress that you've made since the May 17th, and think about how those dates and how that, maybe even the astrology points and the workings that we've sort of been through that time, to know as well that projects, relationships, those things, people and community that you have been involved with maybe since May are really those who are aspected and involved in what's taking place within this month for our Six of Cups. So maybe reflecting on what kind of steady progress, even those community relationships, those personal relationships, the kind of dynamic, diverse growth and blooming, And also, the last thing I'm going to put cherry on the top to remember with this whole metaphor is that each of these pots took different care, different nuanced nutrients, different light, different variations of whatever, and different stages of blooming even, different, they go through the same template of growth, but in their own different ways, and it looks different at different times. So perhaps remembering that this kind of growth and the sequential growth of growing into six that we're at now has sort of been through May to now, which would make wonderful sense because it's about that time. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Oh wait, no, I didn't read Steady Progress. I'm going to read Steady Progress. Page 83. I'll just say 8. It's page 83, which comes to 11, which could be doorways. So listen for gateway keys and these words here for you to be leading you through your own sort of new pathways, these doorways of the 11. I really see the 11 creates a door where we either take information to the next room and create information into knowledge now, or where there's a doorway and we're walking to the next room, which is taking that knowledge into wisdom. Depending on which stage of 11, which mastery cycles, the spirals that you're involved in these concepts. But just to know that, perhaps walking through these knowledge points and gates will be like that for you. It's steady progress. So just to really gauge which level of your progress you're at as well, and to hold yourself accountable to that, and create expectations that are respectful and that are encouraging that. You've been making steady progress, and it's important for you to recognize that this progress, not perfection, is what's important. Not perfection. This is a message for you to appreciate how much you've already achieved and how many people you've helped along the way. Keep your focus away from any lapses that you think you've made. Guilt and regrets never helped anyone, so let them go today. You are also asked to forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done. Synchronistic forgiveness. So if it's been something lingering, let it go now. There's your third-party confirmation. Saint Therese didn't live a life of spiritual perfection. She often fell asleep or was distracted during her prayers, for example. Yet she insisted that it's the little way of steady progression that connects us with God and heaven. She wrote, Learn and grow from your challenges, but don't let them stop you from your devotion or spiritual path. Saint Therese was born in Lisieux, France. I probably massacred that. In 1873, and became a Carmelite nun along with two of her sisters. Therese began having mystical experiences, which she wrote about only because her mother superior ordered her to do so, in an autobiography called The Story of a Soul, which is very interesting. If you are interested in reading it, it's free on YouTube, audio versions. Many miraculous cures and ailments such as ulcers, tuberculosis, and arthritis are attributed to St. Teresa's intercession. Upon her deathbed, she promised to send roses as a sign of her presence and devotion, and she's often referred to as Little Flower. So steady progress is the message for the week of remembering where we've been and how we'll go through this week. Give yourself time to make steady, small progression, and to look for those ways that we can bring that reversal of the Six of Cups, working through it in the most harmonious ways that we can find, feel good ways for ourselves and others. Good luck. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your time and audience here. I hopefully will see you guys on Friday, and if not, then we'll play by ear, right? As we're doing. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you next time.